please hear this message because this is very important and applies to everybody. The Lord asked me to ask you, do you want Him to bless your marriage, to prosper you, to protect you and your children and your children's children? And He said, think about it for a minute. Then the Lord said, the nations fear God, but also they serve their traditions so much. And they put that as a priority, not God. Then the Lord said, we even submit our children and our children's children into this tradition that we are walking in. Even our father did so, and we are still doing it till this day. So now let me explain to you what the Lord has said about marriage. So then the Lord asked me this question, did you get married? And I said, yes, Lord, the man you have sent me. And He said, what was your first wedding? So this is when I realized this conversation is very serious and deep. So I explained to the Lord, Lord, I have done the first wedding according to the traditions of my family. Before you get married into the church, we bring thanksgiving, we bring gifts, money, drink, animals to our elderly in our family as the way of thanking them because they raised me. Then the Lord asked me, what happened after you have given these gifts? I said, the elderly in our families, they take these gifts into a ritual as a thanksgiving to our ancestors that we think they have raised us, is the way of them also participating in our weddings. So then the Lord said, do you understand the marriage you did before you made the covenant with me? You have already made the covenant with the enemy. Do you understand that that marriage you did, it wasn't my marriage, it wasn't not in my covenant. Although I gave you the husband, but you have taken the thanksgiving first into these traditions. Then the Lord said, did you notice now? Before you get married in under my covenant, you got married to the covenant of the evil. You got married to the evil one. We are marrying to the evil, and we are asking God to prosper us, to bless our children's children. Then the Lord said, it doesn't work like that. You are serving two gods. You are marrying two people. It cannot be. The marriage He gave it to you, it's only between you and Him. But if you don't wake up into this message and you don't come to God in repentance and ask the Lord for forgiveness and remove this spirit, He will not bless this marriage because you are under the other covenant. Then later you went to the church to ask me to bless you, to bless your marriage, to prosper you, to prosper your children, to prosper your children's children. That what you did first, it was not under my covenant. Because this wedding in Africa, in Mozambique in particular, we call it lobolo, is the biggest wedding before the real wedding that you do with God. So after that, I became quiet, and the Lord said, listen, you have made void the words of God by following your traditions and your elders and your ancestors. So after what the Lord said, I understood when the Lord said, my people are perishing for lacking of knowledge. We are following too much the traditions and the desires of our hearts and our ancestors and elders, but we are rejecting the knowledge of God. So then the Lord said, when your marriage is drowning, your children are drowning, are not prospering, are not blessed, is because you have already given your children and yourself into this covenant. But then the Lord also said, this is not starting from you, it's been from your parents through generations. So now you need to break this curse through generations until now and ask the Lord for repentance for your children and your children's children, for the Lord to bless you. You need to break this covenant that you did on this marriage. Because some of you actually only managed to get into this lobolo, which the ring comes into the left side, then you don't actually go into the real wedding. The Lord is saying we need to wake up because we are drowning by following our elders without seeking knowledge ourselves. If you are not married, I'm begging you, You need to renounce your parents and your parents' parents, 4 generations, these covenants that they have already made with the evil, because you are involved into that covenant, into that marriage they have. And then if you are married, remember, you need to go and apologize to God and ask God to break the covenant that you've already submit yourself into it. But also apologize for your parents and the 4 generations back. Because the Lord said we have a fun way to reject his knowledge and follow so much of our traditions. We are not doing what the Lord has instructed us. We are not following his commandments as his children, but we want him to bless us and to release and bless our children. Because the Lord said he desires mercy, not a sacrifice. And all that he wants from you is to know the words of God in the Bible. It's for you to be set free. It's for your good. It's for your children and your children's children. Your knowledge will set your generation and will bless you. However, the Lord said some of you will not listen, because you will continue to do according to what you think is right for you and to please your families. The Lord said, do not forget the covenant he has made for you, because he knows what is best for you and for your children. He is the Lord your God. Save yourselves now on all of this trap that we are all drowning on it. So this message made me wake up and understand that so much we are following into our traditions. All these things are not correct. Because we are rejecting to take a time to learn the words of God, we are drowning and we are continuing to be lost. We are not walking in our purpose, neither do we are fulfilling what God has for us. So the Lord is asking you to break these covenants that you have already made and your ancestors and your parents in regards of marriage. Okay? Because this covenant is the one that you go to the new life and start a new family. Your children are already been given to these covenants. So you need to break this and come to God in repentance. If you are not married, please, the only wedding you need, listen to me, is the wedding with the living God, the church wedding. Do not try to please other people. Just go into the church and say, that's it. This is the only wedding I'm having yet. Because my children, my children's children will be blessed because they will be in the covenant of God. But if you still need to go and pray to break the covenant that you are already in because of your parents and your ancestors, and ask God to, in repentance, asking God to forgive you that you did not have a knowledge and understanding in this matter. So the Lord said, come to me because I will give you rest. Okay? I hope I really deliver this message, because I have so much messages I have to deliver. I will soon deliver another one, because the Lord is saying he is in the process of acceleration of releasing blessings of the people. But because they are under these covenants, your blessings are stuck. Okay, so the Lord is saying you need to break this so you can receive your blessings. So I hope you take this message. If you have ears to hear, you hear if you have ears to hear, you will hear this message and apply into your life so you can begin to walk in your blessings. Stay blessed. I will talk to you soon because I'm making another one. Take care.